Hey folks, Tom Moore coming to you with another video on living in Halifax. Today we're going to be doing a video covering the seasons of Halifax, what the weather's like, things that people do, just to give you a better idea for what it's like throughout the year here. Once again, with this channel, we help people move from outside of the province, outside of the country, and even within Halifax, depending on what your needs are. So if you are thinking about making a move, then please reach out. But other than that, let's get to the video. So up first, let's talk about winter. So when we consider winter here, it's December, January, February. You're pretty much always going to have below zero temperatures in Celsius here. So if it is going to snow, then, or if it is going to quote unquote rain, then that's going to be snow. On average, we get about 10 days of rain throughout the year, every single month. The lowest temperatures during winter reach maybe minus 20, a special day maybe minus 30. And then the highs, occasionally in December, you might get something in the positives, but overall, it's going to be in the negatives. Now, things that people like to do in the winter, a lot of our ponds and lakes freeze, so people get out and skate, they do ice sailing, get outside, do some skiing at one of the two ski hills nearby in Halifax. And then the other thing too is we have quite a bit of entertainment. People like to go out maybe for dinner once every month, go out, take a show in, whether it's a play, maybe a sports game like the Mooseheads or the new lacrosse team that we've had here for the last couple of years. And then also there's different musical and, comedy shows that come to them, whatever it may be. So there is some entertainment, but overall in the winter, people usually batten down the hatches. Okay, so up next, we'll talk about the spring. Now this is generally March, April, May. In March, we still do get a bit of snow. You can get lows, down by minus 10. However, sometimes it does get a little bit warmer, and honestly, coming out of the depths of winter, sometimes a minus 5 day or even a 0 degree day feels like it's summer. But generally, when you get into April, you'll have a mix. That's when you'll really start to feel the seasons change. You'll start to see some flowers blooming on the ground potentially. You will occasionally get little cold snaps here and there where it is very cold. And then in May, that's when it really feels like spring is in full push. So up in May, you can get up to 15 degrees positive on a good day. Generally in spring, this is what people are starting to really get back outside again. They're trying to get some more sun, going to different sporting events. Sometimes there's soccer games on or certain things that will come to town, like the waters. You also have, people just going out, going for hikes, and just generally trying to be outside as much as possible. Okay, up next, we got summer. Now, summer is awesome on the East Coast and Halifax especially. People are really in full swing here. We get days, June, July, August. Usually August and July are the hottest. You'll get 30-degree days. It doesn't really drop too far below 20 throughout the summer. Everything's in full bloom. Lots of outdoor activities, whether you want to go to the beach, maybe go to the beer garden, whatever it may be, you're going to have a lot of things to do. A lot of people like to do road trips. You can get to Cape Breton in 2.5 hours. You get the PEI in 2.5 hours. You get to New Brunswick in 2 hours. So there's just lots of good driving trips. You can go camping. But the name of the game is here that people are really trying to get outside, doing barbecues, all that kind of stuff, and just taking in some of the festivals that come to town this time of year, right? Whether it's outdoor sporting events, concerts, or anything like that. Okay, finally, we have fall. So this is going to be September, October, and November, which is where I am now in November. Now this today, funny enough, is actually a pretty warm day. I'd say it's about 5-6 degrees. But generally in the fall, in September, you'll get days that are 20, mid-20s, and then you'll also start to get days that are a little chillier, maybe in the 10s. October, it really starts to fluctuate where it starts going in between the 10s and between like 5 to 15 degrees. And then November, usually, you're getting a mixture of below zeros and maybe in between 0 and 10 degrees. November, usually we don't get any snow. Sometimes you'll get some flurries, as they're called, which is just a light sprinkling. But the interesting thing here is that in September and October, this is our hurricane season. So one of the big things that people kind of try to do is they'll get out and go surfing if they're good enough. The other reason that people do this is the ocean actually tends to be very warm in September because it's taken all summer to heat up. So in the fall, people are taking in the fall colors. They're going on drives, going on picnics, going down to the valley of Nova Scotia to take in kind of the fall, harvest, pumpkin picking, corn mazes, things like that, the celebration of the turning of the seasons. So there is quite a bit to do here in the fall. Just really depends on what you're into. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video on the 4 seasons of Halifax. Once again, I'm Tom Moore, and if you got any more questions about moving here, the weather, anything like that, feel free to reach out. We're always looking forward to talking to new people. Have a great day.